G'day everyone, welcome to another video by myself, Andrew DFT. And this is going to be a very quick video, and it is one that is very important in foam construction. Now, all the tutorials I've done in the past don't actually cover this, so I wanted to make a small video that I could use as a reference one to point you guys in the right direction and how to go about doing this process before you seal and paint your prop. Now, what I'm referring to specifically is this. If you were to take 3 pieces of individual layers of foam and you glue them together, you get these horrible seams. But what I'm doing is that by the end of the tutorial you should know how to actually cover it, so that way you can turn your 3-layered seams into a nice flush design. That way it covers it and makes it look like it wasn't made from foam. An actual prop for reference is this one here, my battle rifle. Of course, you can see the individual layers of the foam in its construction, but then when you apply this technique, you get a nice flush appearance to make it look like it was one individual piece. So now you know what we're doing, we'll jump right in and you can learn the technique yourself. Alright, so assuming your prop is all ready to go, for this tutorial I'll use an example of 3 layers of foam glued together, so that way we can clearly see the 3 seams that we are trying to cover for the tutorial. So what we'll do is we'll grab some art clay. Now this can be obtained from art stores, stationery stores, pretty much any kind of art supply place. It's very cheap, it's made for children, so it's non-toxic, so it shouldn't cause any harm to your skin or body. And then what we'll do is we'll grab a little blob of water. You don't need anything extreme like a cup or a bucket or a bathtub. All you need is a nice little dollop of water on some scrap foam. Then what we'll do is we'll grab the clay and we'll roll it into a nice stretch. Now we don't need an extreme amount. Well, it all depends on what your surface and how much for the prop you're trying to cover. But for this example, we'll do a nice little strip. We'll apply some water to the foam to help lubricate it and to help stick the clay together. And then of course we'll use our fingers to slowly push the clay into the foam, slowly spreading it out. Now we don't want to smooth it at this point, we just want to make sure it's stuck in the middle of your seams, so that way we can slowly, with a bit of water, evenly spread it across the foam surface. So as you can see, my fingers are going back and forth, slowly pushing it down and out. It will take a while. This maybe took me about 7 to 8 or 10 minutes to really get it all nice and smooth. But you won't really get it 100% flush with your fingers. That will require sanding, which we'll do in a bit. But for now, the early process, you just want to get it as flush as you possibly can with your fingers, being sure to keep everything as even as possible and of course smooth it out to cover those seams. And when it's at that level, all you need to do is grab some nice fine sandpaper and go at it. You want to smooth all the layers down using your eyes to reference all the uneven surfaces or the extra bulging parts, just to sand those sections down so that way it does come out relatively smooth, or as smooth as you want it for this specific design. Now to seal it all together, I use PVA glue or wood glue. It's very cheap and easy to find and it does the job absolutely fantastically. So all you need to do is, of course in your final stages, once everything's all good to go for your prop and you've covered it with the clay, is just throw a lot of this PVA glue all over the prop. You can see I'm not really caring where I'm applying it, as long as it's smooth and you're not filling all the cracks with it. You should be able to just cover the whole surface of the prop in this, and it will really solidify and it will give a nice kind of coating to the clay and the foam and keep it together. So that's it. Hopefully you guys now know how to go about and do it. It's very easy and very cheap as well. It's nothing too difficult that you have to fork out lots of money and lots of time to. It only takes maybe a day to dry and then your time to seal it and paint it together. So now that you know that, go ahead and finish off your props nicely. Thank you very much for watching guys. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys later.